Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Veda and this is The Simple Budget. Here on my channel I show you how my family is using the zero-based budgeting method in order to maintain a simplified financial life. If that sounds like content that you're interested in, I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button and join our little crew here. And with that being said, let's get into today's video. Well, hello everyone and happy Friday. I hope that your week has been wonderful. I hope that you have enjoyed your 4th of July holiday. I know that some people usually take this opportunity to just kind of turn it into like a little mini vacation. And so if that is you, well, good on ya. I'm excited for you. Actually, today, as we speak, we have taken our kids to a pool that we used to go to all the time when we lived at our old house in Texas. And so actually, as you're watching this, that's where we are. But we're very excited about it. We have a whole fun day planned for them. And it's especially nice because we ended up not being able to go to our neighborhood block party yesterday. When I think if you watched my cash stuffing on Monday, Mr. Simple was not part of the video because he wasn't feeling well. And it turns out that he actually had tested positive for COVID. Now, ordinarily, this is not something that we would make a big deal about, especially because, by the time the 4th of July actually rolled around, he was feeling much better. However, the neighbor who's hosting it has breast cancer and she is currently going through chemotherapy. And so while COVID is minor in most of us, for somebody like her, it would be a huge, huge deal. And so even though like it's outside and like everybody can keep their distance and stuff, we just decided to stay home. And unfortunately, our kids have had to not actually play with her kids the whole week too, because we just didn't want to risk her kids getting it and then her picking it up from them and all that sort of thing. So anyways, it was certainly not in our plans, but I still made all of the food for 4th of July. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw the 2 desserts that I posted. And so I didn't want to, renege on that. And I mean, I made a promise and I had all the ingredients to make the food. And so I wanted to be able to still contribute even though we couldn't show up in person. So anyways, again, we're making lemonade out of lemons. We're having a Good Friday. It's not that big of a deal. There will be a 4th of July next year. So anyways, moving right along. Today's video is going to be my weekly check-in. This is a video where we track the expenses that were all non-cash expenses for the last week that come from categories that we do cash stuff for. So the way that we do the zero-based budget is all of our bills money stays in our checking account. We do not cash stuff for that, but everything else gets cash stuffed. And so if we spend from those categories not using cash, we have to put that money back into the bank so that we're not messing up our checking account. So that's what this is. And it's also a fun opportunity to catch up, see what we've been doing, see how I've been spending my cash money, because I'm the only one who really spends around here. Mr. Simple does not. So anyways, let's jump into the video. I'm going to go ahead and grab my budget binder. Oh, I just bumped into you guys. A quick reminder that I decided to extend my 4th of July sale through the weekend. So it's going to be good today, tomorrow. I mean, it was good yesterday too, but it's going to be good today, tomorrow, and Sunday. So you can enjoy 15% off of my shop. Any of the items in my shop, the entire thing, including my budget planner, which I'm very, very proud of. We are not in June. I need to move June back. My plant is in the way, but it's really pretty, so we're just going to tolerate it. Let me move back to my expense tracker. Nope. There we go. I'm just going to go ahead and pull this out, as well as a couple other pages here so that I have like a smooth writing surface, even though I mostly don't need it. And then I'll just grab my little divider out so that I have something to cover all of the purchases with so that it doesn't look like chaos on the screen. So what I'm going to do is zoom you guys in, and then we will get into the expense tracking. So here we go, jumping right into things here. First up, last week. Now, most of these are June's expenses or the end of June, but we're in July, so I just put it in my July budget planner. I have plenty of expense tracking pages in there anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. But first up, we had this purchase. It was actually $20 that my husband contributed to an office wedding gift. And it was so funny because he sent me a text message and he was like, do you have to give a gift when you weren't even invited to the wedding? And I was like, no. But he was like, well, everybody else in the office is giving. And so I was like, all right, well, I mean, I still wouldn't have done it, but you know, he's nicer than me. So he contributed the $20. I would be curious to hear you guys' input down below. Like, you know, do you do stuff like that? Like, I'm very much of a person, like you give a wedding gift to somebody whose wedding you were invited to. Absolutely. But if you're not invited to the wedding, I don't feel the need to give a gift. This is just my view of the world. And not to say, like, I'm a generous gift giver. I love giving gifts, but at the same time, I also love etiquette. And I am not a wedding gift giver if I'm not invited to the wedding. Anyways, moving right along. We had my Target purchase for the week. So the total came to $77.44. And of course, it's broken down into a couple different categories. 44 of it is coming from household, and 33.41, I think is what it was, is coming from grocery. I'm going to go ahead and be returning $34 to the bank for that one. Obviously 44 up here because it was 44 even. If you happen to be new around here, this is how we do this whenever we have a purchase where there's cash and change. We round up to the next dollar, and then my husband tracks the change overage in our checking account, and we just kind of let it sit there as like a miscellaneous expense buffer. So if there's a category that we spend from that we're not really sure like where to put it, we will pull it from there. But then sometimes we will use it to pay for the change in other expenses. It just depends on how we're feeling that day. So you'll see that as we go along too. Next up, Amazon. I actually purchased some salt. This sounds so silly, but I purchased Redmond sea salt. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it before, but I was listening to or I've seen it mentioned on a couple of other like carnivore like Instagram accounts and stuff. And so I figured I would give it a try, and it's delicious. So definitely worth the expense. It came in like a big bag. I know this is like expensive for salt, but it came in a big bag. It's $9.99 and I'm returning $10 to the bank. Next up, this was for my daughter's haircut, which I know everybody was like, Veda, when are you going to take this poor girl to get her hair done? We finally did, and I was so excited. She loved it. She got several inches chopped off. She's so pleased with it, and she wants to go even shorter next time, which I'm like, oh, I don't know, because her hair was like, I mean, literally down to her butt, and now it's just below her shoulders, but she said she wants it even shorter next time, which on the one hand, because she has curly hair, it's so much easier to manage this way. But also because she has curly hair, I love when it's long. So I don't know. Either way, her haircut came out to $35. And then underneath of that was the tip expense. That was $11.31. And I'll be returning $11 to the bank. So just like I mentioned up here with the change overage we track, every now and then sometimes we'll pull the change from that. We call it our virtual coin jar. So from the virtual coin jar. Next up, I mean, the material purchases just don't stop coming. So we had a $37 purchase for materials for my Etsy shop, and I'll be returning $37 to the bank. Next up is Sprouts. Now, this is a relatively new grocery store for me to shop from, but one opened within my general vicinity recently, and so I decided to pop in and give them a try. And so I did. I don't know that it's going to be like a place that I regularly go grocery shopping. I do like a lot of what they have there. And what is nice is they carry the kind of milk that I have to buy for my daughter. So that's nice as well. Like if I happen to forget it from Whole Foods or something like that. But as far as I'm concerned, like the prices aren't really different from Whole Foods. And so it's like I'm already near Whole Foods when I do my other grocery shopping. So potato, you know. But I did go in a bunch like within a few days of each other. And so this was one such day. My total price was $48.73 and I'll be returning $49 to the bank. Next up was Kroger. I actually popped in this day and treated my kids to some Starbucks. Our local Starbucks is currently closed for like I don't know, repairs, or they're revamping it or something. And so the closest Starbucks to us is in a Kroger. And so the total purchase was $4.20 because I actually had some money left on my Starbucks card. And so I'll be returning $4 to the bank. Next up was another Amazon grocery purchase, and I'm struggling to remember what I purchased this day, but it was $7.99, and I'll be returning $8 to the bank. I really cannot remember what I bought, grocery related. Nope, I got nothing. Next up, I went into Sprouts again, and this was, I don't even remember what this was for, but it was $28.42, and I'll be returning $28 to the bank. Another more Amazon, more materials purchases. This one was $50.38, and I'll be returning $50 to the bank. I needed to replenish my supply of laminating sheets. And so that's what this is. Another Sprouts purchase. It's coming from the grocery category. It was $110.83, and I'll be returning $111 to the bank. This Apple purchase, this was for my game. I remember telling you guys, if you guys have been following me for any amount of time, I play this like fun little gardening game on my phone. Don't judge me. I love it. It's cathartic. Makes me happy. Anyway, if you're interested in it, I'll leave my like referral link for it below. It's just like something fun that I like to do. And every now and then I will spend money in it, even though it is not a good practice. It's not a general practice of mine, but I did this day. And it was $1.05, and I'll be returning $1 to the bank. Next up was H&M. This one, oh my gosh, you guys. So I think at the end of last summer, I bought Mr. Simple some new swim trunks. So they're like essentially brand new. He ripped them like the first or second time he was wearing them. I was like, are you serious? And not like a rip where you're like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. It was like a significant rip. So I went on to H&M and I replaced them. So I got them for $25.96, and I'll be returning $26 to the bank. I was so upset. Like, I'm like, you barely had them. Anyways. Next up, Amazon home maintenance. I'm trying to remember what this was. Oh, wait, I think I know what it was. Maybe. Yes. Okay. So you guys are going to laugh at me. When I was at Target the other day, I saw like a lot of their outdoor stuff was like super discounted. It was like 50% off because they're moving all the outdoor stuff out so that they can start moving the school supply stuff in. And so they had a bunch of like bird feeders and all that kind of stuff, bird seed, all that kind of stuff for sale. And they had a suet cake bird feeder. I don't know if you don't even know what a suet cake is, but it's this little like cake that's like held together with like beef fat, I think. Anyway, they have that requires like a specific bird feeder, and they had one there. And I'm not usually like, I've never been like super pro like suet cake or whatever. I just have regular bird feeders. But my dad really liked them, and he used to always say, you should just give it a try. You can get some different birds in your backyard using it. And it just reminded me of my dad. My dad passed away 2 years ago, if you are new to my channel. And so since it was 50% off, I was like, oh, what the heck, I'll get it. And I picked up a couple suet cakes for it too, obviously. But I needed another hook to hang it on my fence. And so I ended up just getting a 2-pack of the hooks because I have a hanging basket that I could hang up there too. So that's what this was. So it's coming from home maintenance, even though it's not really like a home maintenance-y kind of thing. But the total purchase was $20.43, and I'll be returning $21 to the bank. Next up, Amazon, another home maintenance purchase. This was just like gardening twine so that I can like hold up some of my sunflowers and create sort of like a mini trellis for my watermelon, which is starting to creep up the side of it's got like an arbor that I'm hooking it to, but there are really big gaps between each like what's the like layer or hook or whatever. So I used garden twine to create a lattice that my watermelon could grab onto in between each rod. Next up, Mr. Simple purchased, I don't know if you've ever, I think I've mentioned this on my channel before. It's this company called Armbar Soap, and they specifically make it actually for people who train jujitsu because, or like wrestling, anything where you're like grappling on a mat. Those mats and those places are so gross. And it prevents like, it's got like a lot of essential oils. It's like a clean soap and it's got essential oils in it so that you know, are not picking up things like ringworm and other funguses and stuff that grow on those mats. I mean, my husband's gym, they clean them before and after every class, but it's still like, ooh, gross. So anyways, he was replenishing his stock of that. It was $25 and I'll be returning $25 to the bank. And that's it. That's it for our purchases that we had this week. So more than usual, but not so crazy that it's, you know, unreasonable. But what I'm going to do now is zoom you guys back out and then we will add all of this stuff up and get into the cash unstuffing. Okay, so what I do now is add all of the return to bank totals up so that I know how much money I should expect to have at the end of the cash unstuffing. I zoom you guys through that because watching me use a calculator is not content that we are all here for. So once I add all this up, I'll be back and we'll unstuff. Alrighty, so 523 is what we should expect to have here at the end of this. I always write that down so that I don't forget that number. And I'm gonna grab my cash tray, my cash stuffing tray, cash tray. Why am I losing my English today? Either way, this is from a lovely shop on Etsy called Funds and Fun. I'll go ahead and leave it linked below for you guys if you are interested and in need of a cash tray. She makes them there. She has so many beautiful colors to choose from, and I just think it's like one of the neatest little things. So anyways, I'll leave that linked below for you. So let's just go ahead and get started here. I'm gonna pop into grocery because I have quite a few grocery expenses. I don't think I have all of the money sitting here, but I have some money still sitting in my checking account from one of my rewards apps. It was Receipt Hog. I just was able to use a reward for them the other day. So I will be able to kind of just like supplement whatever I don't have with the money that I still have sitting in there because I didn't stuff it. So let me add up these grocery expenses. So we've got 34, 10, 49, 8, 28, 111, and that's it. So $240. So let me see what I actually have in here. So 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 40, 50, 60, 1 and 2. So let's see, 240 minus 162. So that leaves me a remainder of 78. So I am short 70, minus 78. But like I mentioned, I have an award sitting in there that I was putting toward grocery anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. It was I wanted to use the award for grocery because I knew I was going to be spending a lot of money on groceries this week for the 4th of July party. So is no big deal. And actually it was a $40 reward, so I only have to remove $38 from my next couple stuffings. There we go. And I'm actually going to make a note of that really quickly in my funding plan so that I don't forget it when I go to do my next cash stuffing. So let me just go ahead and put that so I have $0 left in grocery. And I need to mark that I actually returned this grocery money. Boom. All right, that is that. Now we've got household. I think I just have the one household purchase. Yes, so 44, right? Yes, 44 is coming from household. There we go. Let me use up some of this small change. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. 20, 30, 40. Yes, that works. Right? Let me make sure my math. 20, 30, 5, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. And so remaining in household, we've got 10, 15, 25, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, and 41. So that works out. Let me put this over here. 20, 30, 25. There we go. All right, so 41 is left in household. All right, and then, oh, did I forget this grocery purchase? Hold on. Maybe I added it, but I just didn't put it. So 34 plus 10 plus 49 plus 8 plus 28 plus 11. 240. Okay, no, I just didn't cross it off, but I did factor it into my math. I know we have other high priority sinking funds in here. Let me see. Oh yeah, clothes and home maintenance. So I'm pulling 26 from clothes. Oh, there we go. So 20, oh, perfect, 25 and 6. So remaining in clothes, we've got 20, 30, 40, 55. Just when I start building it, it starts getting depleted. I said 55, right? You guys will correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, and then home maintenance. Let me just make sure I don't have anything else up here. No. So 21 and 9, so $30 from home maintenance. 10, 15, 25, 30. I condensed it without really condensing it. Okay, so 50, 100, 1, 2, 3. So 103 is left in home maintenance. Oh man, I hate when the bills get like caught up on each other. Oh my gosh, what did I just say? 103? I think that's what I said. I'm doing terrible today. Okay, oh, toiletries. I forgot about that. Okay. That is also high priority sinking fund. So we've got $25 we need to pull from there. Let's see what we can grab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10, 20. Yeah, because it was 25, right? 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Yeah. That way we use up some of this small change. And left in toiletries, we've got 20, 45, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, and 66. Check mark, and then, oh, okay. I think we're done in high priority. Yeah, we just have low priority and then my business left. So first up, let me grab the $1 from mine. And now in mine, I have 50, 70, 90, 110, 120, 30, 45, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, and 160. Okay, sorry about that. We were interrupted, but I think I said I have 160 left in mine. So 160, and I'm cross that off. And then let me pop up here because we've got to do, what is that, 35 and 11. So 46 from haircuts. Haircuts is toward the front. There we go. So 46. So 20, 30, 45. Oh, okay, 50. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. All right. All right, so now in haircuts, we've got 100, 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So 119. Oh, let me just. All right, and then I think I just had one. Oh yeah, Dine Out is, I need to return $4 from Dine Out. Oh no, I have exactly 4. Perfect. All right, so now in Dine Out, I've got 20, 30, 40, 50. Where'd that go? There we go. 50. All right, so now I just have to pop into my business finder. Here, just grab this. And I am going to be shy what I need for materials, but it is, again, being funded every single time I get paid every Monday from Etsy. So it's being funded every single Monday. And so I'm gonna empty out the envelope today, but it will just mean that I just stuff it less when I do my Etsy and YouTube stuffing at the end of July. So let me pull, I think I have $12 in here. Yeah, so 12. Let me figure out what my materials expenses were. So 37 plus 50. All right, so 87 minus 12. That makes me shy 75. And then I'll just take that off of my Etsy and YouTube stuffing for July. Whoops. There we go. Perfect. All right. So yeah, I do need to make a note of that. All right. So let me just cross these out here since I did track them. And then I need to figure out, so I originally was expecting 523 minus 78 minus 75. So, 523 minus 78 minus 75. Sometimes I swear this thing has a mind of its own. So actually I should have $370 sitting here. So I'll go ahead and give this a count. So 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 50, 70, 90, 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 85, 95, 300, 5, 10, 15, 25, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. So I'm missing $20. Let me figure this. Let me see if I just missed a 20. Oh my gosh. I'm missing $20 but because I forgot to get the $20 out of gifts. I knew I was missing something. All right. So that's holiday sinking funds. And that's the $20. Oh my gosh. How many of you were screaming at the screen just then? I'll just grab the 2 10s. So I've got 20, 30, 45 left in gifts. $45. All right, now I should have $370. Let's give her a count. 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 50, 70, 90, 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 300, 5, 10, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, and 370. So we did it. It just, as is beta typical, it just took us a second to get to where we needed to go in the end. Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for tuning into today's video. And if you enjoyed it, I would love it so much if you would give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. Let me know what are your plans for the weekend. We are laying low. We are just chilling around the home because we've had a busy week, a very, very busy week. So it'll be nice to just relax and enjoy each other's company a little bit. But as for me, I will be back here with you guys again on Monday. I'm going to just be back with the regular old cash stuffing, although we do have some bonus content coming next week as well. So be on the lookout for that. It's going to be a bill condensing, which are so fun to film. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy your weekend, and I will be back here with you again on Monday. Bye, everyone.